Hello everyone, welcome to ICRA Technology. In this video, we will learn about DAX expressions. DAX stands for Data Analysis Expressions. It is a formula language used in Power BI to create custom calculations and data analysis. Why use DAX? DAX allows you to create new data fields, calculate values, and analyze data in ways that are not possible with standard Power BI tools. We use DAX in calculated columns and measures. So let's see how we use DAX in calculated columns. Suppose if we have a student's data and we have first name and last name in the data, but we don't have full name, and we want to see the full name of students, so we can create a DAX formula to show students full name. Full name is equal to first name, and we combine both the columns with this AND operator. So let's see in Power BI. Here we don't have students data. We can practice making new column by combining country and country code. I know it doesn't make any sense to combine the country and country code columns, but to practice DAX, click on new column. We are in the table view. Here we can see a new column and we have to write a DAX formula here. So here we will write column name as country with code. You can give the column name as you want. Now we will write first column name. To write a column name, we have to first give it, we have to write it in square brackets. Now write country. Now Power BI is suggesting us these two columns that we have in our data. So we will choose country, and to combine it with other column, write a AND sign, then square bracket, and write country code. And to insert a space between these two names, make a space by using these inverted commas. So here we have written DAX formula for combining this country and country code column. Click on this sign. So here we can see country and country code has combined. So this is the example of calculated columns. Now we will see what are the measures. So a measure is a calculation in Power BI that gives you important numbers based on your data. It helps you perform calculations like totals, averages, or percentages. Measures automatically update whenever your data changes, making them very useful for real-time reports. So what are the measures? Measures are the virtual columns that are created in our data. They are virtual. If you make a measure, let's suppose we are making a new measure. Here we have this measure formula, sum, total sales. We'll copy this formula. And paste it here. This formula is showing total sales is equal to sum. Sum is a operation which is summing up all the sales amount value. So sum bracket. Here we have the table name sales and column name sales amount. If we commit, here we can see the home table. This measure has created in this country group one table, which we don't want. We want this table to be in the sales table. Now we want the values in dollar. So here, if we check in sales table, here we have this measure. Now we will drag this measure here. And you can see the measure which is showing total sales. So let's see what is the difference between measures and calculated columns. We can see the sales here in the report view, but if we check the sales table in the table view, we click sales in table view, so we can't see the total sales measure here. Means we can make the report with the help of these measures, but we can't see them in the data set. Means it is saving our memory and it affects in our performance of our dashboard, which is a good thing. That's why we use measures instead of new columns, because in bigger reports we have to make so many measures and so many calculations. So that's why we use measure at that time, because we can create report, we can make a report with the help of measures, but it doesn't affect our data. So that's why we use measures every time. We can see them here, but not in the table. So that's why we use measures. It saves your memory and performance, increase your performance. Now another calculation is average. We can also get the average of our data if we create a new measure. Showing average is equal to, we'll write average is suggesting us average. We will first choose the column name. We have to write a parameter column name. So our column name is sales amount. Here we have sales amount. Close the bracket and click commit. Here you can choose the home table to store this measure. Again we will choose sales. Now we have this average. We can see them in table also, and we can drag total sales also. We can give $sign here. So in the sales, choose this average and click on this dollar. So we will see $sign here. So our total sales is 50,000 and our average sales is $509. Next we have count function. Counts the number of rows or values in a column. If you want to see a count of products, you have so many products, so you want to see the count. So you can use this formula count products product ID. That means this formula gives you the total product that you have. So you can practice this by yourself. Just copy this formula, click on new measure and paste this. Next we have min max. finds the minimum or maximum value in a column. Example, if you want to see minimum sales, so we will write this formula min sales amount. So this formula finds the smallest sales amount, and vice versa for maximum sales. This formula finds the highest sales amounts. You can practice them by yourself. Just create new measures and paste these formulas. Here we have some more formulas similar to them. For example, we have count rows function, which counts the total number of rows in a table. You can count rows sales. Count A counts the cells with data in a column, including any non-empty values. It will count non-empty values. Distinct count counts only unique different values in a column. For example, you can count the order ID. Distinct count, if you want to see how many orders. Count blanks counts how many blank empty cells are in specific column. So these are some examples in count function. Here we have some complex DAX formulas which we are going to see. First is calculate, changes the context of a calculation. You can apply filters to calculations using this function. Means calculate function is used to solve some complex problems. Like here we want to see the sum of sales in month 3rd. Means we want to see the sales amount in March. So we can use this formula. We are applying a filter of March. So that's why we use calculate. If we will copy this formula, and here we will click on new measure. And paste this. Okay, so in this formula we are using calculate. We want to calculate sum of sales amount. We want to calculate sum of sales amount, but here we are applying a filter. So we will write comma, and then we want to see the sales of sales date 3, and 3 is the sales in March. So this is the formula. If we will commit this, and let's see what's the result. We'll select the home table as sales. If we will drag this, so we have this number 16301. The name should be total sales for March. So this is the total sales for March, and we can see sales for every individual product. For example, if we will drag the product name here, so we can see average sales, and then product name headphone. Total sales from headphones is this, and total sales of headphones in March is this 3382. And you can remove the decimal places from here by clicking here in average. and 0. Okay. So this was the calculate function. This is used to solve some complex DAX formulas, and we can apply filter also. Here we have this if. If performs a logical test and returns value based on the test. So if you want to see that what are the high sales or low sales for the particular customer or something, so we can use this formula. In this formula we are, so first let's just copy this formula, create a new measure, paste this, and let's understand this. So we have sales. If sales amount is greater than 300, so then we want to write high, otherwise we want to write low. Change the inverted commas, and what is the field name? We have sales amount. Okay, if we commit this, let's correctly write this name. We can use total sales also, because this is same as sales amount. Total sales is the measure. So here we can create a new table. We can drag the customer ID and sales amount and high sales. So we can see all the sales greater than 300 are showing high sales. If we use we can see we have successfully achieved the formula. We can remove this customer name and click on don't summarize. So we can see this high sales and low sales. Here we can see high for 272, which is wrong. This is because this value is summing up further. There, that can be causing this issue. Sometimes this happened, but you can see for other values it is showing the correct results. Next we have date add function. Shift dates by a specific number of intervals, example days, months and years. So let's copy this formula, and this formula calculates last year's sales by moving the date back by 1 month. To create a new measure, In this formula, we are using calculate function because it is about putting a filter. We are putting a filter here. Calculate. We want to calculate the sum of sales amount, and sales date is the column in which we want a month back. So we have written -1 here. Choose the home table every time, or you can create a separate table only for storing the measures. Sales last month, you can add it here. Okay, so we should add this in a new table. And drag this sales last month. You can add the, so this is the sales in last month, 45710. This is the sales for last month. Sales ID, sales amount, and sales last month. So we can see this is showing the total sales for last month. Divide, performs division and handles divide by zero errors. So sales per product. This formula calculates the sales per product, and if there is a divide by zero error, it returns 0. It will automatically handle the divide by zero error. So let's understand this formula. We have to copy the name also. Divide sum of sales amount. This is the numerator, sum of sales amount, comma, and we are dividing it by count of product ID. Means we are dividing sales amount with product ID, and we are using comma here to show this is numerator and this is denominator, and comma 0, because if there will be a divide by zero error, so this will handle this, and in output it will give 0. So let's see what is the result. We can drag this in this table. So this will show us sales for every product, and we can also drag product name here. So you can see sales per every product. We can give it count. This is the count. Now we have another formula, filter function. Filter function in DAX allows you to apply filters to your data. For example, if you want to see total sales for North region, so you will use this formula. Let's understand this formula. First, change the inverted commas. So, calculate sum of sales amount. We are calculating sum of sales amount, comma, we are applying a filter from customer. In the filter function, we have to give two parameters. First is the table name, comma, the filter. So in customers table, we want to see the sales amount for customer region is equal to North. So let's see the result. Or we can create a new table. Now we have clicked on this line, so it is showing the sales, and every visual in this page are filtered for this product and sales. So do not click on any specific cell or something, and again click to see the proper results. So choose another table and select the. Okay, so we can see this is total sales. So this is the total sales for North region, 12023. How can you say, or how can you verify that these values are correct? In this Excel file, you can filter the data in North, and then you can see the sum. So and match the values. Here we have this year-to-date sale. This formula calculates the year-to-date sales based on the current date. So let's copy this. And you measure. Total year-to-date sum of sales amount, comma, sales date. So it will count all the sales from the starting date in the sales date column till today. Commit this. Or you can create a new table. So this is the year to date, and it is same as total sales amount because they both are doing same work. Here we have the last formula, percentage of total. So this formula calculates the percentage of total sales for each individual sales. Add product ID field, so it will give product wise sales percentage. It will give you sales percentage. Change the name as sales amount. Okay, so in this formula, we are dividing sum of sales amount with sum of sales amount, but all sales. All function is what all functions do, you can see in this Excel file. Ignores any filters on the specified column or table. So just commit this. This formula will ignore any filter applied. Change the field name here also. It will calculate the percentage of total sales. Give this type percentage. Cancel and create a new table. Drag product ID, total sales, and the measure. So here we can see for product ID 1, which is, we can see the name directly, the product name. So drag product name. For headphones, we have sales amount and we have percentage. So headphones are contributing 21% in the total sales. So here we can see the contribution of each product in the total sales in percentage. So these are all the DAX formulas. They are not all. I have provided a cheat sheet here where you can get other formulas, their description and example. So you can manually read them. Concatenate, date, add if, is blank, calendar, etc. So try to practice them by yourself and create the measures of them and create the reports. So thank you for watching.